So, without further ado, we have the awesome Miss Kay Bingham coming up here to talk about her deal that she picked up here in Orlando, Florida. So tell us real quick a little bit about yourself and what you do.
Okay, my name's Kay Bingham. I'm a realtor here in Orlando and an investor full-time. Retired from my day job and started investing full-time. Love it.
Congratulations.
Love it. Yes.
Tell me about the house. How did you end up finding it?
Okay, so I tell everybody that knows me that I love real estate. Of course, I'm selling it. I let everybody know that I'm investing. I try to network, not as much as I used to, but I still make a priority to get out there and let everybody know what I'm doing. I'm always asking. I'm a problem solver of people's problems with real estate. So if someone has a problem, even if I can't solve it, I try to refer them to somebody who can. This particular deal I got is a subject to. Someone passed away who I knew, and their family's estate was trying to settle lots of property issues and decided this property was sort of upside down. It wasn't really bringing in any income, and it was a liability, and once the family member died, she was overwhelmed with a lot of debt. So she was trying to figure out what to do with the property, and to sell it would probably be an expense opposed to being able to make a profit, and she would have to spend money to get rid of the property. A realtor friend of mine said, "Hey Kay, you think you can help her sort through the problem?" I was like, absolutely. After talking to her, I said, I'll assume the payments on that property. And she was like, huh? She was a bit confused, like, why would you want a property? But I'm looking to acquire, I usually flip, but I'm looking to acquire some rental properties in the next year or two with the market slowing down. And I figured if I held it, it shouldn't be a problem. Just, I talked to her about it. She was very open to the idea. Of course, I didn't pressure her. I just explained to her very gently what I planned to do, which was take over the payments and, take care of the property. All she would have to do is just provide a little cooperation. She was open to that.
Have you done any deals like that before?
Nope, this is my first time. But I will tell you that I go to as many meetings as possible. I try to educate through CFRI as often as possible. Even though I do real estate and have for a long time, there's a lot of things that I don't know, and I just want to be open to the idea of thinking outside the box.
When you went through the house initially, what kind of repairs did you think it needed to get it in rental condition?
So it was vacant. They had a renter who was in the property. A lot of little stuff like non-working lights, fixtures falling down, that type of thing. But the structure's a block home, and really and I'll tell you, I do a quick walkthrough on the house, but pretty much nothing scares me except for horrible mold and sinkholes.
Oh no.
But it just needed a lot of care. It was not in great condition, but the people that were living there were probably not paying the rent at some point. So, and the person who passed away was not well, so they probably weren't breathing and checking on the property on a regular basis and, breathing life into making sure their investment was okay.
What did you end up doing to it to get it rental ready?
Okay, so some people wouldn't do a total rehab, but I did a quick rehab. I usually flip and gut the whole place, but I didn't do that. I updated the bathroom. It was a green bathroom before. I ripped out everything, checked the plumbing, and put a new bathroom in the main bathroom. The partial master, I just refreshed. Paint, new fixtures, new switches. Whenever I take over a property, I generally change out all of the fixtures, as many of the outlets as possible, and just do a safety check because I don't want anything burning down. I painted the whole house, patched any walls. The floor was tile. I opened up the closet, The HVAC was 6 months old. Brand new HVAC in the closet. So
That's a good surprise.
yes. So pretty much, I had set a $5,000 budget, but I came in at 4. So I was
That
pretty
is
proud
amazing.
of myself.
So, why don't you run down the overall numbers? And you ended up getting, do you have a tenant in there now, correct?
I do have a tenant, so this is the cool part. So the purchase price was $100. To write the contract with the owner, I wrote a check for $100. And we had to put a value system in there, and she really was more grateful. The $100 really just signified us transferring ownership. The rehab was $4,000. There was some closing costs. I did use a CFRI member to do the closing who was familiar with the subject too. He was an attorney. I had to make, in good faith, because it was $100, there was a holding fee. She wanted, she was paying the mortgage, and I felt that it would be in good honor to kind of pay that for her, being that really I'm buying a house for $100. So that holding cost was $1,000.
Okay.
So this is cool. The old rent was $800, which the mortgage was $900, which is crazy. It was just short of $9. And so they were throwing money into this deal monthly to make their mortgage payment. The market rent in the area was $1,300. So right out the starting gates, we're with a new tenant at $400 a month. The mortgage is $900, and it cash flows.
So overall, it looks like you're going to profit about $4,800
That's
over
correct.
12 months.
For a house for $100.
There you go. Congratulations. Does anybody have any questions? Anybody have any questions? David? The question was, how do you write the contract as a subject to?
So in the contract, we just literally wrote it, and we used the FAR contract. She felt comfortable with that, and I wasn't, because of it being such a stressful situation, I just wanted her to know that I was a realtor, I had interest in the deal, and all of the disclosures they really do preach to you, but we just wrote it in. We just pretty much said this is what we're going to do. We put the value at $100. So yeah, the subject to part, the mortgage stays in place, and we just notify the mortgage company that we'll be paying it, and we send them a limited power of attorney, and they kind of cooperate with you.
Any other questions? Yes, Rob?
Anything special with the homeowner's insurance?
So, no, it was a gray area again, and I want to also just tell everybody that I didn't know a thing. I called a lot of CFRI members, spoke to people, called Robin, a few other people. Everyone here was really great, and I just want to really resonate that you just reach out to somebody. If somebody doesn't know, I've never had anybody tell me, why are you calling me? Go away, I'm busy. Everyone always says, if I can't do it, give this person a call. I didn't know how to do that. So I called the attorney and a few people. They added me to the existing policy after I sent the paperwork to the mortgage company, which sort of gave me permission to do that.
Awesome. So what did you guys think of that deal? It was pretty awesome, huh?
I'm sorry, I don't think I answered.
What was the term of the mortgage?
Oh, it was a 30-year mortgage. Now, he bought it, it's a funny thing, he has paid down quite a bit, the previous owner. I think he bought it at like 130 in 2006. So he bought it at the height of the market. He paid it down to 118, which was what was left on the mortgage.
Awesome. So it looks like now you're paying mostly principal instead of all that interest. You
And
paid most of that already.
Yep, and my goal is to hold on to it for a long time. I guess I could try to flip it, but I really am trying to acquire some more rental properties, so I'll hold on to it for as long as I can.
All right, let's give her a hand.